This is News 3 Now, live at 4, moving forward.
Good afternoon and welcome to Live at 4. We begin with a historic visit from former President Trump. It's been years since a Republican presidential candidate has visited Dane County for a campaign.
And Trump just wrapped up his speech. We're checking in with our team out at the event live in Wanakee. Braden Ross and Merrill Hubbard join us now. We'll start with Braden for more on the speech. Braden, how you doing?
Hey guys, yeah, like you said, not only is this the first time former President Trump has been here in Dane County, it's the first time any Republican presidential candidate has been here since 1996, almost 3 decades now. Now, former Wisconsin Governor Scott Walker and Tommy Thompson took the stage before Trump spoke here today to remind voters that even though this is a deep blue county here in battleground Wisconsin, Trump will still have to rack up votes here if he wants to win. Now, Trump spoke here at Dane Manufacturing in Wanakee for more than an hour, touching on many of his usual campaign talking points, from the economy and manufacturing jobs to the border. He also broke the news to many of the people here that Iran had launched their attack on Israel today, pointing out that he himself has been designated an Iranian target.
Boy, here a short time ago, Iran launched 181 ballistic missiles at Israel, and I've been talking about World War III for a long time. I'm targeted by a lot. Iran, and targeted, we know for a fact, but probably others. But they only target consequential presidents. They don't target Joe on the beach as he sleeps.
Now, you may be wondering why come to Deep Blue County? Well, Dane County has one of the largest shares of Republican votes in battleground Wisconsin, even despite it being so blue. And Trump picked one of the most purple cities here in Dane County to visit. The former president won 36% of the vote in Wanakee in 2020 compared to just 23% countywide. Now, for more, I'll send it back to you guys.
Yeah, just like Brady was talking about, Trump finished up his speech just about an hour ago, maybe 40 minutes ago. And you can see that it's pretty much cleared out now. Supporters are gone, but just about an hour ago, there was probably a couple hundred in here. But that's really not much compared to the amount of people that were outside of the building. Officials say that there were around 5,000 people at the event today, and they say that around 4,500 of them could not go inside the building due to limited space. I spoke to some of the supporters that didn't make it inside to see what issues they care about in this election.
Address the border issue, of course, that's major. The crime that's occurring and the illegals in this country now, it's not a good situation for anybody in any state. It's not just border states.
What we've been, the last 4 years when he was in, I hope he continues what we had going and brings that back. Like the border, closing that down, get the manufacturing going the way it should be.
Wisconsin really is the political place to be, as Trump is now on his way to Milwaukee, so he's going to speak around 5 p.m. tonight. So that's me reporting live. Merrill Hubbard in Wanakee, News 3 Now.
Thank you, Merrill. And we have a statement from Governor Tony Evers in response to former President Trump's visit today. It reads in part, as President, Donald Trump was a disaster for Wisconsin, and we haven't forgotten. Vice President Harris is the only candidate in this race fighting to lower costs, cut taxes, and invest in Wisconsin's future.
Now to the vice presidential debate.
Minnesota Governor Tim Walz and U.S. Senator J.D. Vance of Ohio will take the stage in just a few hours. Joining us now for team coverage, political reporter Will Keneally and Ellie LaLiberte.
Will's here with what the expectations are for tonight, and Ellie will break down how we plan to fact-check the candidates. But let's start with those expectations. Will?
Yeah, Armand, this will likely be the only time we see these two candidates square off against each other. Now, we spoke with both campaigns for insight into how they are preparing. Now, they both tell us that the other candidate is a pretty strong debater.
Well, look, Governor Walz, I think is ready for tonight's debate, and he understands that he's going up against someone who has been schooled at Yale. J.D. Vance is an Ivy League educated guy who has spent a lot of time both in the Senate now and in his previous experience in the Ivy Leagues, learning how to debate.
Well, Tim Walz is really good at this. I've watched all his debates, and it's been an honor to play a very small role, but I've spent the last month literally watching Tim in all of his debates all the way up to the present. He's very good at it.
Now, this could be part of the expectations game, lowering the expectations for your candidate so that they can exceed them in the debate. I'll have more at 5 on how each campaign, what they would consider a win. And you can join us tonight at 7:30 on channel3000.com for a debate preview show. We'll have live reports from watch parties across our viewing area, plus expert political analysis. You can join us also immediately following the debate for a full breakdown of what we hear tonight. Now, that's streaming on channel3000.com.
Thank you, Will. And that's not all we'll have on the debate tonight. On channel3000.com, we will be live fact-checking claims by both Walz and Vance.
Our Ellie Liberté joins us now with how you can check that out. Ellie?
Yeah, Brady, Armand, we will be fact-checking both candidates in real time on a live blog. Now, to get access to that, you can go to channel3000.com. At the start of the debate, the blog will be at the top of our page in the featured section. We will look for claims about both candidates' records and views on key issues. This will be going on throughout the entirety of the debate. And I'll be back here at 10 with a breakdown of some of those claims made by both Walz and Vance, whether they're true, false, misleading, and why.
Thank you, Ellie. And later this week, the vice president will be back in Wisconsin. Harris will make a campaign stop Thursday in the Fox Valley. The Democratic Party of Wisconsin's website says Thursday's event will take place between 3 and 6. The exact location remains unknown at this time. The last time Harris was in Wisconsin, she was in Madison for a rally at the Alliant Energy Center. But right now, Second Gentleman Doug Emhoff is campaigning in Wisconsin. The VP's spouse just took the stage. The Harris-Walz campaign says Emhoff's remarks will center on the vice president's plans to create what she's calling an opportunity economy.
And tomorrow night, you'll have the chance to hear from the two candidates for county executive here in Dane County. Melissa Agard and Dana Pellebon will be at the Madison Area Technical College for a candidate forum. It's from 12:30 to 2 at the Truax Field campus. That event will be live streamed. You can find details about that at this story on channel3000.com. The event will feature questions focused on student civic engagement, including funding for public education, affordable housing and homelessness, public transportation, and many more. If you attend, there will be time at the end of the forum to ask questions.
World Dairy Expo is back, kicking off the first of 4 days at the Alliant Energy Center.
And News 3 Now's Kyle Pozorski catches up with a few of the more than 2,000 FFA students taking on the event and a new experience tailored to them.
I've been coming to Dairy Expo since I've been a little kid.
You get to learn a lot of cool things.
It really opens a lot of doors for us.
In what is often viewed as one of the premier events for aspiring agribusiness students, World Dairy Expo is bringing the farm and classroom together in a new way. During this year's opening day, FFA members from states across the Midwest took part in a scavenger hunt type event on a mission to collect 17 passport stamps from participating businesses. The Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin, organizing the hunt, says it helps to break some social barriers between industry professionals and students. Jessica Nays is an agri-science educator. She tells News 3 Now the goal to advance work aimed to build a strong generation of young agribusiness professionals is one worth doing.
You know, we're getting further and further generations away from the farm. We had what was called the Great Migration, where everyone was going away from farming and going to college and making sure they were getting those good jobs. And we were kind of forgetting about the tradition of having these trades and these people that just need to work hard and provide for people.
Last year, the expo saw more than 50,000 people come through the gates, 7% of which identified as students. In Madison, Kyle Pozorski, News 3 Now.
Thank you, Kyle. This year's events continue through Friday, culminating with the Parade of Champions at the Alliant Energy Center Coliseum.
And next on Live at 4, an escalating fight in the Middle East.
How the U.S. is getting involved after Iran launched an attack on Israel. We'll be right back.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Nobody wants to put a new roof over their head. It's too expensive. And if they can extend the life of that roof and get 5 more years or 10 more years, it's a no-brainer.
What RoofMax does is it helps people in that they don't have to spend that $15,000, $20,000 on a new roof. They can spend pennies on the dollar.
The RoofMax product was a small percentage of cost of replacing a roof.
This is a great financial decision for us as a community.
I'm so
happy. I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
I just this morning made a new hole in my belt, so that was super exciting.
Why are women everywhere choosing Sono Bello, the advanced solution for permanent fat removal?
I saw the results immediately.
It's the best I have felt since I was in my 20s.
My waist is tiny. I'm very, very happy.
I'm nearly 50, y'all, and my abs haven't been this flat since before I've had kids.
For a limited time, take advantage of Sono Bello's best offer of the year. Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells for good on your stomach, hips and thighs, back, and so much more.
Check it out, snatch waist. Loving, loving, loving the results.
It will change your life. It did for me.
Call 1-888-510-6198 now or go to sonobello.com to claim special pricing.
This election is about two very different visions for our nation. One focused on the future, and the other focused on the past. When the middle class is strong, America is strong. Lowering the cost of living will be a defining goal of my presidency. I'll lower the cost of insulin and prescription drugs for everyone, and I will work to pass the first ever federal ban on price gouging on food. More than 100 million Americans will get a tax cut. We will end America's housing shortage by building 3 million new homes and rentals that are affordable for the middle class. Together, we will build an economy where everyone can compete and have a real chance to succeed. Now is the time to chart a new way forward.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
More U.S. forces are heading to Israel after Iran launched a missile attack on the country earlier today.
National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan says Iran launched nearly 200 ballistic missiles towards Israel. Right now, there's no reports that those attacks killed anyone. An Iranian diplomatic source says that hardliners within Iran demanded the strike against Israel. The White House had previously warned that Iran would face consequences if it carried out this kind of attack.
This is a significant escalation by Iran. We are now going to look at what the appropriate next steps are to secure, first and foremost, American interests, and then to promote stability to the maximum extent possible.
All of this comes on the heels of Israel's forces invading Lebanon, which came after days of airstrikes from the Israeli military on the country, targeting the Iran-backed group Hezbollah. Those strikes killed several commanders within the group, in addition to hundreds of civilians. Now, Israel's keeping forces close to its border with Lebanon to combat possible attacks from Hezbollah's forces there. They're telling Lebanese citizens to evacuate.
Right now, tens of thousands of dock workers walked off the job. The strike's impacting 36 ports along the east and Gulf coasts. It's the first time in nearly 50 years dock workers have walked the picket lines. Economists say the strike could snarl supply chains and lead to higher consumer prices. A one-week strike could cost the economy nearly $4 billion. Union workers with the International Longshoremen's Association are locked into a fight with port operators from the United Maritime Alliance. They're seeking higher wages.
Video from French Island shows a massive fire at the yard of Omaha. Crews battling a massive fire that started early this morning. The Campbell Fire Chief says the fire started in a shed filled with wood chips made from recycled railroad tires, and those are typically treated with chemicals, making them extremely flammable. The fire chief says the wind allowed for the fire to spread and has made it difficult for crews to battle it.
The number of people killed in Hurricane Helene is growing. Across 6 states, officials say more than 150 people have died due to the storm. Many remain missing, possibly unable to leave their locations and contact family due to a lack of communications infrastructure. More than 1.5 million people are still without power. Hundreds of roads remain closed, especially in the Carolinas, and that's delaying the delivery of much needed supplies. Some people are receiving supplies by mules and by air. Others have resorted to hiking hours to get help.
Because of Helene, more than 1,500 blood donations went uncollected in the Southeast. That's putting a massive strain on the Red Cross, which is already struggling to meet the demand for blood. Right now, Red Cross Wisconsin has 30 responders deployed to the areas Helene hit. Here's what one of them had to say about it this morning.
It's a real critical component of what we need to do to help these people get back on their feet and provide hope for them to survive this terrible disaster.
You can find a blood drive near you at redcrossblood.org. You can also make a monetary donation to the Red Cross by clicking the banner at the top of our website on channel3000.com.
Today, a Houston-based attorney says he will represent 120 people who accuse music mogul Sean Diddy Combs of sexual misconduct. Attorney Tony Busby says he expects the suits will be filed within the next month. He describes his clients as 60 women and 60 men, 25 of which were minors at the time of the alleged misconduct. Combs has pleaded not guilty to federal charges related to sex trafficking. Combs has not responded to the most recent round of accusations. He's currently behind bars awaiting his next court appearance.
Heating your home will cost more this winter. A new report from the National Energy Assistance Directors Association says home heating expenses in the U.S. will be more than 10% higher this winter. It's due in part to expected colder temperatures. People who heat with electricity could see their costs rise more than 13%. The expense of maintaining and upgrading the electric grid is what's causing those costs to go up.
And you probably don't need to heat your home today, but it is a little cooler on this October 1st. Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington joins us now. Hey, Alex.
Hey, Brady. Yeah, well, I take Loki, my dog, out this morning. I had to put a jacket on. It felt very different this morning. And I mentioned yesterday, waking up today and throughout much of today will feel relatively cool compared to where we've been these past couple of weeks with above normal temperatures. We're sitting at 64 degrees right now in Madison. Northwesterly winds sustained at 14. There is a breeze out there putting a bit of a chill in the air, and it certainly feels different than where we were yesterday when we were near 80 degrees and I was sweating a bit out in the patio. Won't be doing that tonight. 6 o'clock, 60 degrees, 55 at 8 p.m. as we plan the rest of your evening, and Jacob will be here tonight at 10 o'clock as temperatures fall down to about 51. We'll track the temperatures. That's really the main weather story here, starting off in the lower 40s as we wake up Wednesday morning. South winds will bring warmer temperatures, low to mid 70s for Wednesday afternoon, so we go right back up mercury-wise, temperatures climbing, and then 50 to start off Thursday morning. Normal lows are in the lower to middle 40s, and get this, middle to upper 70s rather, as we go into Thursday afternoon, which again is nearly 10, if not a little bit more than that above normal. Let's fast forward here to the weekend. If you want to plan 75 on Saturday with south breezes. Winds will turn around northwest on Sunday with an early high near 70 degrees. We'll see falling temperatures throughout the day, and then our temperatures cool down just a little bit. Have to chuckle a little bit here Monday and Tuesday, mid to upper 60s. That's where we should be for this time of year. But you see lots of gold suns here. Not a lot of rain chances in the forecast. This entire 10-day stretch would not be surprised at all to be entirely dry. Time for a few viewer photos. Got some pretty fall colors here. Thanks, Sandra from Oregon, sending us this photo. All you got to do right now, if you're sitting at home, get your phone out, scan that QR code with that phone, and all it does is links right up to our First Warning Weather Team. We're able to show these photos. Sun's coming out here in Baraboo. We had a couple of storms just a few weekends ago. This one's from Don. Thanks, Don, sending us this photo. And this is not a daytime photo. This is a nighttime photo. This is how bright the harvest moon was. Thanks, Roxanne, from sending us this photo here from Barneville. What do you think of that, Armand and Brady?
That's really cool.
Yeah, Roxanne put on the moonlight, I guess.
She did, yeah. Nighttime photography is very tricky.
It is,
yeah. Good job, everyone.
Yeah, very cool. Well, happening this weekend, News 3 Now is partnering with 2 Asian American journalists to help bridge the gap between that community and the media. Michelle Lee is a former News 3 Now anchor who now works in St. Louis. She helped start the Very Asian Foundation. After a viewer complained she was, quote, being very Asian for sharing her Korean heritage on air, while she says she turned her negative into a positive, she says it's not always easy for victims of crime or hate to come to the media to own their narrative.
not only as a human being, it's scary, but sometimes there are cultural or language barriers that can also make it very complicated to get a story out there. But I think that what we're seeing is that we need more people to share their experiences and also to have trust in the people who are meant to serve them.
Lee is partnering with Helen Zia, an Asian American journalist and author. The panel event is this Sunday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Madison College's Truax Atrium. It's free and open to everyone. You can find a link and QR code to register online at channel3000.com.
After 2 tough losses against 2 elite teams, the Badgers football team is ready to get back on track. Wisconsin will host Purdue this Saturday at Camp Randall, who they have beaten 17 straight times. And while the Badgers had a great first half against USC last Saturday, leading by 11 at the break, second half was a different story that ended with a loss. Our sports director, Zach Hanley, sat down with Badgers quarterback Braden Locke, who says Saturday showed a glimpse of what this team has the potential to be.
I think that, we did some things on Saturday that we haven't necessarily done up to this point. We were playing at a really high level for 30 minutes, and obviously that's the part that we have to be able to grow on, is we got to put that together for 60+ minutes. We got to find a way to play a complete game of complementary football, and I believe that, we'll do that in the near future.
You can watch quarterback Braden Locke on Wisconsin Huddle this Friday at 6:30, right after News 3 Now at 6. Did you see that game?
I did see that game, and yeah, not the finish we would have wanted, but that first half was electric for sure.
Yeah, I caught glimpses of that first half, and I thought, oh, yeah, good things are going to come. I was wrong.
Yeah, a little bit, but it's okay. It's always next week, right?
Yeah.
Well, from football to baseball, coming up, Josh Sprider takes us out of the 608 and into the 414.
He's bringing us all of the excitement from AmFam Field for the Brewers' first game of the wild card round. We'll be right back.
Kamala supports taxpayer-funded sex changes for prisoners.
Surgery.
For prisoners.
For prisoners. Every transgender inmate in the prison system would have access.
It's hard to believe, but it's true. Even the liberal media was shocked Kamala supports taxpayer-funded sex changes for prisoners and illegal aliens.
Every transgender inmate would have access.
Kamala's for they, them. President Trump is for you.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Get an 11% rebate on everything in Menards. Mastercraft makes great doors inside and out. Design your door your way with our free step-by-step design program. Or choose from our great in-stock selection. This exterior door is $279.99 after rebate. Let the fresh autumn air in with a Larson Storm Door. Larson Split View Storm Doors feature a retractable screen when not in use. Get a Prairie View Split View Storm Door for only $274.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Don't mind me. I'm just the flu. I'm quite harmless, really. And when people ask, but aren't you linked to dangerous flu complications like pneumonia, heart attack, and hospitalizations? I just say, but I'm just the flu. It's him. Who? I'm just the flu.
Demand more from your flu shot. Sanofi higher dose flu vaccines are proven to provide better flu protection than standard dose flu shots in older adults. They've even been shown to better protect against flu-related complications.
Don't get Fluzone high dose if you've had a severe allergic reaction to its components, including egg products, or after previous dose of flu vaccine. Don't get Flu Block if you've had a severe allergic reaction to its components. Tell your healthcare professional if you've had severe muscle weakness after a flu shot. Fainting has occurred. People with weakened immune systems may have a lower vaccine response.
All flu shots are not the same. Ask for a Sanofi higher dose flu vaccine. Talk to your pharmacist or doctor about Fluzone high dose or Flu Block.
Create your perfect room for entertaining, relaxing, and more with patio enclosures. Right now, get 25% off your sunroom. Plus, enjoy exceptional financing. Call today.
Patio enclosures.
Empire makes it so easy that you just don't need to shop around. Everything that we need to get it done and get it done right. The new flooring just changes your whole house.
800-588-2300 Empire.
Today. When you need inspiration, it's worth shopping Pick and Save. For thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals. And low prices that add up to big savings, like over $600 in digital coupons each week, and up to $2 off per gallon at the pump. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
We're heading from the 608 to the 414 or wherever Milwaukee is this afternoon, where the Milwaukee Brewers start their wild card round in just a few minutes.
Yeah, pretty exciting. Josh Spreiter is at American Family Field with more on this postseason excitement.
We are just moments away from first pitch here at AmFam Field as the Brewers take on the Mets here at home for the first game of the wild card round. And we got to talk a little bit about that energy because this place is going to be rocking here in just a few minutes. Tom Heck joining us. Tom, good to see you.
Good to see you, Josh. Thanks for coming out.
So, you know, you guys have been here all season long, but now it all comes down to these next 3 days, and you're hoping fans really bring the energy.
Oh, absolutely. The fans absolutely make a difference for postseason baseball. We need that energy. We need those vocal cords firing on all cylinders, and again, makes a huge difference.
And you guys are ready for some playoff baseball right here.
You know, look, this is 6 years out of 7 that the Brewers have been in the postseason, but we don't take it lightly. You know, it's a marathon to get through 162 games, but now it's a 3-game series. Every at-bat matters, every pitch matters. It's what you play for.
What advice do you have for fans coming here later today? Because this place is going to be jam-packed.
Be loud. Be loud, be proud. Show the country what Wisconsin sports fans are all about.
And that is what we're all about, bringing all the energy. And with the Brewers being October ready, of course, we need to talk about some of the merch available for the postseason. Sean Marefka joining us. Sean, good to see you again.
Good to see you.
So what can folks expect here as far as the merchandise? Because this is always a huge hit.
We're launching postseason product daily. The AC collection is what we're launching today that the players will be wearing on field. It's a hoodie and t-shirt that they'll be wearing in the dugout and on the field.
And for the fans, too, this is an opportunity for them to get some new gear to finish off, and hopefully we have that long postseason run.
Yeah, we plan starting in August, so we have new merchandise coming in regularly. We're keeping up to stock with our jerseys that we press daily, and then we also have been launching, like I said, new product daily.
So one of the interesting things I thought was the bases, and people will actually buy game-used bases.
Correct. We'll collect a set of bases today, which is 3 bases that we'll be offering in our game-used location that's on the first base side. But not only bases, we also collect baseballs from today's game. We'll also even collect dirt as well.
Dirt as well?
Dirt as well.
So you name it, you got it right here.
We're a one-stop shop.
Awesome, Sean. Thank you so much. Go Brew Crew. It's always good to see you. If you'd like to learn more about what's happening here at American Family Field, you can go to the story up on channel3000.com. Again, first pitch in just a few minutes, 4:32. In Milwaukee, I'm Josh Spreiter, News 3 Now.
They've got all of your bases covered.
I guess so. They really have the dirt on tonight's game. Oh,
we could keep doing this, everyone.
We could. Probably shouldn't, though.
We won't. It's only Tuesday. We'll give you a break. Thanks, Josh. Well, here's your daily reminder to donate to our Coats for Kids drive.
We're partnering with the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County, Clinky Cleaners, and Magic 98 for the 39th annual drive. This is your last week to donate. Drive goes through Saturday. You can drop off new or gently used winter coats at any area Clinky Cleaners. More information up on channel3000.com.
And we'll be right back.
Discover a level of comfort you never thought possible. Discover stressless seating at the Century House. Designed to harmonize with your body's natural movements, it's the premier destination for relaxation and rejuvenation. Right now, take 10% off all stressless recliners, sofas, tables, and ottomans. The Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
Democrats say everything's great, but when you're on a fixed income struggling to pay for gas, groceries, or medicine, it doesn't feel great.
Biden-Harris created this mess.
And Tammy Baldwin's been right there with them.
25 years in Washington. What's she done?
Raised taxes.
Added trillions in new debt.
And gave stimulus checks to illegals.
I'm Eric Hovde. I approve this message.
I'd like a stimulus check.
I'd like you to take out the trash.
Got real serious for a moment. Okay. What's with the what? What?
Shop from the largest selection of Chevy trucks and SUVs in Wisconsin at Bergstrom Chevrolet. All with Bergstrom's negotiation-free upfront pricing, including our exclusive 7-day price protection and money-back guarantees. Stop in or shop and purchase at BergstromChevrolet.com.
Join us at the Madison Fall Parade of Homes, exclusively sponsored by Nuns. Don't miss your chance to visit the area's top newly constructed homes filled with the latest trends and technology. Go to MadisonFallParadeOfHomes.com and purchase your tickets today.
The seasons are changing and winter's on the horizon. Let the experts at Feldco get your roofing project off the ground before the snow moves in. Right now, get 30% off roofing plus no interest for 1 year. It's the perfect time to replace your roof with Feldco. You'll make a valuable upgrade to your home with roofing designed specifically for the Midwest's toughest weather. 30% off roofing ends soon. Hurry. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
You're watching News 3 Now live at 4. Moving forward.
Oh, that looks very nice. Very kind of fall-like.
Yeah, definitely. I was waiting for a swing, but I don't see one. But I guess we're swinging back to warm weather. Isn't that right, Alex?
Yeah, the fall-like temperatures. I said yesterday, it's going to be here for 24 hours, and it is really comfortable out on the patio today. I mentioned yesterday, too, we'd have some high, thin clouds filling in. So the skies are turning mostly cloudy. That's going to cap our temperatures from getting too much warmer today. All we did is 64 to 65 degrees out there. That's a little bit below normal for this time of year. The average is 67 degrees, but a change in pace for 24 hours for 1 day with the fall-like temperatures. That'll be a thing of a past by the time we get into your Wednesday. Let's plan the rest of the evening together. Cloudy skies sticking around for a little while as temperatures fall through the 60s into the 50s. As we go into the wee hours of Wednesday morning, we're going to go down into the 40s, lows all the way down to 41 degrees. So it's going to be a chilly start across southern Wisconsin as we go into Wednesday, but we're going to warm right back up. And we'll see that in the harvesting forecast. We can do a couple of things with this graphic. We can track our forecast for our farmer friends, but also really all of southern Wisconsin. Starting in the 40s, those are the temperatures across the top. When you see green, that's good conditions, no rain, a little bit windy on the gusty side on Wednesday. These are winds from the south, and that's going to usher those temperatures back up into the 70s. So all the way from the mid-60s back up into the lower to middle 70s by the time we get into Wednesday. My next weather, we're going to be talking about this dry pattern that's been around for a while, less the little bit of rain we saw a couple weekends ago. How long is that dry weather going to stick around? I have all the details coming up.
Thank you, Alex. It's a historic day in Dane County with the first visit from a Republican candidate for president in decades.
Wow. Former President Donald Trump made a stop in Waunakee today. He's on his way to Milwaukee right now. We've had team coverage all day from the event. Our Braden Ross and Merrill Hubbard, they're live in Waunakee with what we heard from the former president and how his voters reacted. We'll start with Braden for more on his speech. Braden, how's it looking?
Hey guys, 1996. That's the last time a Republican presidential nominee campaigned here in Dane County. But former President Trump was here in Waunakee today. He spoke for more than an hour on this stage. He touched on many of the things you're used to hearing from him, from the economy to the border. But he also talked at length about foreign policy. He actually broke the news of Iran's attack on Israel today to many of the people here. Again, he mentioned his talking point of no new wars during his term and talked about how he took out the leader of ISIS when he was president. Now, here's what he said just seconds later about what he says is a woke problem in the American military.
And we don't have a woke military. I mean, some of these idiots on top are woke. They're politicians more than they are military people. You could put them in a woke cage. We go to woke cage for 2 years, scream at them, only woke stuff. And when they come out, they'll say, let's go USA, let's go MAGA.
Now, you may be wondering why come to deep blue Dane County? Well, Dane County has one of the largest shares of Republican votes in battleground Wisconsin, even despite it being so blue. And Trump picked one of the most purple counties here in Dane County to visit. The former president won 36% of the vote here in Waunakee in 2020. That's compared to just 23% of the vote countywide. Now, of course, the goal of these rallies is always to bring out the core supporters, but to get them to go out and bring their friends to the polls on Election Day and talk to their friends here in Dane County that may not usually vote for Republicans, but might it this year. And that's what our Merrill Hubbard spent the morning doing, is talking to the people that came here to hear that message. Merrill, what did they tell you?
Yeah, hey, Braden. I know it's, just been about an hour since Trump finished up his speech, but it's become really quiet here at Dane Manufacturing. We've seen all of the supporters sort of trickle out. But when he was talking, he had about 100 different people watching him. And even outdoors, there was even more people, as thousands actually lined around this building just to try to get in and hear him speak. Now, officials say there was about 5,000 people here total today, but only around 4,500 of them could go inside. That around 4,500 of them could not go inside the building due to limited space. I spoke with one woman that actually did make it inside to see Trump's speech.
He always covers everything that that we're going through. The illegals, the different attacks in different cities and states, etc. We got to get that border taken care of first and foremost, and get our economy back on track. Get this inflation gone with.
She says that she plans to go to Milwaukee to see both speeches in one day. Now, both her and former President Trump better be fast, because 5 p.m. is coming up. That's his scheduled time to speak in Milwaukee. Now, reporting live in Wanakee, Merrill Hubbard, News 3 Now.
All right, Merrill and Braden, thank you. Wall Street taking a step back from its records. The Dow's down 101 points, S&P 500 down 47, both falling from their all-time highs yesterday. The Nasdaq down to about 258.
Tonight's highly anticipated vice presidential debate takes place right here on CBS. Putting together an event like this, it can be challenging, dealing with two vastly different campaigns, Secret Service, domestic and foreign press requests, and much more.
And earlier today, I talked with the guy at CBS News, tasked with making sure all the pieces are in place tonight, David Ryder, Senior Vice President of Special Events. David, thank you so much for joining us on what is, I'm sure, a very busy day for you. Tell me, what was going through your head when you first learned that you would be hosting the debate?
We were really excited. We worked hard to get the debate. It's very rare to be able to host a presidential or vice presidential debate. So just a lot of excitement. We know it's a team effort. We've got a great team here at CBS, so we're just feeling very lucky that we're able to bring this to life. Especially because this will likely be the only meeting between these two guys, and most likely the last debate before the election.
And tell me, is it all excitement or a little bit of fear, healthy dose of both?
There's a healthy dose of both. It's good to be motivated by both of those things.
And so, for those who obviously aren't in our business, what is sort of the most equivalent type of event this is putting on for you guys?
Yeah, there's a lot of work that people will see, and then there's a lot of work that people won't ever see. So people will see the set that we built and the spin room. They'll see the work that Nora O'Donnell and Margaret Brennan, the moderators, have put in, crafting questions on topics we know voters care about. But there's also just a tremendous amount of work kind of underneath the surface. There's workspace for the hundreds of journalists coming here to cover the debate, accommodations for the campaigns and families, a lot of work with the Secret Service to make sure security is where they want it to be. So there's no detail that's too small. A little bit like planning a wedding. There's the big things, and then there's what color are the napkins. There is no detail that's unimportant, and all of it had to pass muster with both campaigns and the Secret Service, and of course us here at CBS.
Yeah, and my last question before I let you go back to planning, CBS News obviously has a huge history with sort of these types of events. How does that kind of weigh on you guys in your planning?
Yeah, there's a picture outside of my office from the 1960 debate between Kennedy and Nixon. That was actually the first televised debate, and it was hosted by CBS. Actually in our Chicago studios. And the broadcast center where we're doing the debate tonight has a really storied history. The set that we're using, the studio, had been used by 60 Minutes early in their run, CBS Sunday Morning. My favorite bit of trivia that I learned while preparing for this is that Captain Kangaroo was actually the first show that was done on the set that we're using tonight. So we have big shoes to fill tonight.
Definitely a long way since Captain Kangaroo. David, thank you so much, and best of luck tonight.
Thanks very much.
That's cool, getting behind the scenes of everything.
It is, yeah. There's a lot I did not even consider that they have to consider. So
I'm stressed out for him. It's a lot of planning.
Definitely, yeah.
Well, still ahead on Live at 4. We may only be in October, but it's never too early to start thinking about holiday shopping.
I think it is. Yeah. Anyways, Consumer Reports has a list of the upcoming sales to keep an eye out for when we come back.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Cheer like a game show contestant for the Best of Madison Readers Poll winners. No zonks behind this curtain, just gold, silver, and bronze. From food and drink to entertainment, home, and health. Come on down to Madison Magazine, online and on newsstands now. And the winner is Madison Magazine. Proud to earn 11 Milwaukee Press Club Awards for excellence in Wisconsin journalism. And the top prize for civic journalism in this year's National City and Regional Magazine Awards.
4 years ago, rioters set this Minneapolis police station on fire, trying to burn me and my fellow police officers alive. Governor Tim Walz left us for dead. And Kamala Harris?
This is a movement, I'm telling you. Everyone beware. They're not going to let up, and they should not.
She raised millions to help bail rioters out of jail and supported defunding the police. Kamala sold cops out and put families at risk. Kamala Harris is too weak and too dangerous to be president.
Preserve America PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
If you've been injured in a truck crash, you know what a life-changing experience it can be. What you may not know is that trucking law is extremely complex. We have a powerful team with the knowledge and resources needed to win. Don't wait. Call Gruber Law Offices today. We have a history of top-notch results and over 35 years of winning for injured people. And there's never a fee until we win. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Champion's Big Window Sale is back.
Do you have ugly, hard-to-open, drafty windows? Now is the best time to buy new Champion windows, because when you buy two, you get two free. Buy two Champion windows, get two free? I guess that means if you buy four, you get four free. Buy six, get six free. Buy 10, get 10 free.
Hurry, Champion's Buy Two, Get Two free sale is for a limited time.
Great job, everybody. Thanks.
Call 888-4CHAMPION or schedule your free in-home estimate online today.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Trump's just the bro. You know how I be.
A lively crowd gathers in Wisconsin to back former President Donald Trump. We'll hear what they took away from his visit to Dane County.
After a brief period of fall-like temperatures, warmer weather's on the way to southern Wisconsin. Just how high the mercury will go, when you can expect fall-like temperatures again at 5.
And ahead at 6, the first Republican presidential nominee to campaign in Dane County in almost 3 decades. What former President Trump had to say to the Blue Stronghold coming up tonight at 6.
You probably haven't even carved your pumpkin yet, but have you noticed some stores are playing holiday music already?
I haven't, but I can hear the little Mariah Carey,
She's
like starting.
defrosting.
Yeah. Well, retailers are getting an earlier start than ever on holiday shopping, which could mean big savings this month.
Now I have that song in my head, thanks. Consumer Reports reveals products on deep discount to help kickstart the holiday shopping season. Here's our Michelle Renee Quinn.
You might have the start of Christmas shopping in October, but the good news is that the early start often spells significant savings.
We've started to see lots of big sales in October from all the major retailers, so you can get a jump start on your holiday shopping.
Target will kick things off with its Circle Week sale from October 6th through 12th. Amazon's Prime Big Deal Days comes October 8th and 9th. Best Buy's Flash Sale will be October 8th and 9th, and Walmart's will be October 8th through 13th.
You might not get those Black Friday prices, but you will be able to get your shopping done early. You won't have to worry about items selling out.
Now may be the best time to upgrade your smartphone. The Samsung Z Fold 5 sells for as low as $1,399 on Amazon. That Samsung foldable phone aced CR's test for camera quality, performance, and ease of use. Next, the perfect gift for a music lover. These Sony wireless noise-canceling earbuds are as low as $244.99 at Walmart. Now, a gift for the coffee lover. This coffee maker from Melita is priced at $250 at Amazon. With windows closed during the colder months, ensure the air inside your home is cleaner with an air purifier. The Blue Air Blue Pure 411i Max is as low as $119.99 at Amazon and Best Buy.
Keep in mind that the one thing you should not buy in October is a TV. Hold off until Black Friday. That is the absolute best time to get the best price.
Have a great start to your holiday shopping season.
Oh, that was Michelle Renee Quinn.
Yeah. What do you you know what? Just get someone a nice card. You don't have to break the bank.
What happened to like socks and like clothes?
Yes.
Usable, like functional things that aren't breaking the bank.
You should have a segment. Whatever happened to socks?
I really get it. There we go. Well, coming up, a conversation with UW Health's Dr. Hartman.
And we'll be right back.
Well, after a beautiful drive through the hills of southwest Wisconsin, we have arrived at Oakwood Fruit Farm. I can smell the donuts from here. This is a true fall gem. Judy, a fifth-generation fruit farm that couldn't be run more in an organized fashion. I absolutely love this place. All right, now this is truly a local gem out here in southwest Wisconsin, and now I see why. Just tell us all the fabulous things that are in this store.
We have a lot of products to offer. A lot of them we try to stay local within Wisconsin. We make our own caramel apples. We have our own bakery in-house, so we are making apple cider donuts on a daily basis.
And those are really the store's pride and joy.
Very much so. They are very popular and very delicious, and a lot of people will just come to buy donuts and maybe not even walk out with apples.
The apple cider donut. It's a truly perfect masterpiece, and it's warm. Oh.
We grow all of our apples here that are sold, and throughout the season, we have about 20 different varieties of apples. The most popular one is the Honeycrisp. Customers are looking for that as soon as we open our store.
Greg, how perfect is southwest Wisconsin and the topography really for your apple crop?
It's a great area for growing apples. Yeah, it's a very nice area to grow a family and grow apples.
Greg, a big cheers to you from Oakwood Fruit Farm.
We're buzzing into Madison.
Oh, you got it. All right.
All right.
Good work.
Excellent.
Joan Ballwood wants to ban abortion, even in cases of rape, incest, and when the mother's life is at risk.
And would jail doctors who perform them.
Ballwood voted to ban birth control, too, and to deny rape victims emergency contraception.
Banning all abortions and birth control? No one wants to tell you what to do with your body
more than Joan Ballweg.
But she can't tell you what to do with your vote.
Their Bidenomics led to the highest inflation in 40 years, highest gas prices ever, skyrocketing interest rates, unaffordable housing, incomes down, unemployment rising, and a recession now headed our way. Yet Kamala Harris is clueless.
We are very proud of Bidenomics. Bidenomics is working.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Well, someone you love may be going through breast cancer right now. A new studies show the disease is rising among younger women and Asian Americans.
Dr. Bill Hartman with UW Health joins us now to break down this news. Thanks so much for joining us, Dr. Hartman.
Absolutely. You know, I think that there's good news and some bad news in this report on breast cancer. On one side, we see that in the last 20 years, the treatments have really come so far and have done so great that we've seen a decrease in the deaths from breast cancer by about 45%. Unfortunately, the bad news is that since 2012, there's been a 1% increase in the number of diagnoses of breast cancer each year. And since 2020 or 2021, that has risen to 1.5% each year. And a lot of these are younger women, which follows the trend of some of our colon cancers, where again, we're seeing younger people getting these diagnoses.
So does that mean, do younger people have to start getting screenings earlier? How do we fix this?
Well, I don't think so. I think that younger women should be aware and should do self-checks. However, the screening process really begins at age 40. with mammograms. And so this is still going to be the recommendation going forward, at least in the near term. I don't think that we have to decrease that at this point, but what we do have to do is look at where these breast cancers are happening, especially in Asian American women and Pacific Islander women. We're seeing a dramatic increase in the number of breast cancers. And so the awareness there, they should check themselves. They should be talking over their physician what their risk profile is so that they can get the treatment if they need it.
And why that racial disparity? Is it, you know, more of those racial disparities in healthcare?
Well, those are racial disparities that exist over many different parts of healthcare, and it's something that we really have to work to combat. Still today, more Black women are dying of breast cancer than white women. Is this because of detection? Is this because of treatment availability? We really don't know. What we do know is that we have to figure out a way to bridge this gap so that everybody has the same access to healthcare and the same access to treatments when they have problems like breast cancer, so that we can treat everybody equally and the same.
Dr. Hartman, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
All right, and we will be right back. Oh, no,
look at
weather time. I'm gone for a day, and you know what? Alex, take it away.
I'll take it away here. All good stuff. Fall-like. If you wanted fall-like temperatures, I had a pumpkin coffee today. It tasted fantastic and went just very nicely with temperatures in the 60s. This is where we should be for this time of year. Actually, this is a touch below normal. Here in Dane County, we'll zoom in just a little bit. Got 64 in Cross Plains, Friends in Wanakee at 65, 65 in McFarland, and then a 66 in Oregon. Let's plan the evening tonight. 60 at 6 o'clock. I'll be here out on the patio, refreshingly cool for this time of year. I'm going to get my walk in. Jacob will be here at 10 when the temperatures start to fall down to about 50. We're going to go all the way down to 41 for a low temperature in Madison, so lower 40s for the most part across southern Wisconsin. Low to mid 40s, that's about where we should be for this time of year. And then we warm right back up, 70s to mid 70s perhaps over portions of southwestern Wisconsin. So a very nice return. We swing back temperature-wise, and we stay warm really through the entire 10-day period. Following a cold front on Sunday, there we go back down again. 2 days of fall-like temperatures. Chuckle a little bit. 65 on Monday, 69 on Tuesday. And I said about water. Let's go way out into the future, middle of October. A significant portion of the country looking at drier than normal conditions expected. And as our temperatures warm up later next week, approaching the low to mid 70s, there's some indication. I was just looking at weather models over here in one of my weather computers. As we get further into October, we could be maybe potentially looking at, first to let you know, those 80-degree temperatures coming back to southern Wisconsin. So the main takeaways, staying warm for the next 10 days and staying dry for the next 10 days across southern Wisconsin. No big storms, no big rain events, at least at this point in time, in sight. We'll be right back.
You've probably seen all these negative ads against me. Well, here's the deal. They are designed to tear us apart. But here's the truth. My life's work has been fighting on behalf of others. It's why I became a prosecutor, district attorney, and attorney general. I took on drug cartels and human traffickers to protect our communities. Look, everyone is tired of the petty, destructive politics. Let's turn the page and chart a new way forward. I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
Are undocumented immigrants that are the least likely to commit a crime.
Meet Edwin Ramos. This illegal immigrant murdered 3 Americans. An MS-13 gang member, Ramos was arrested for a gun crime. But as DA, Kamala didn't prosecute him. Months later, Ramos murdered a man and his 2 sons in cold blood.
Are undocumented immigrants that are the least likely to commit a crime.
Preserve America PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
I'm Joan Balwig, and these days the cost to make Great-Grandma Balwig's blue ribbon banana bread is, well, just nuts. Wisconsin families are feeling the pinch of inflation, even on the basics. That's why I work to put dough back in your pockets. Led the effort to defend our family farms and passed the biggest tax cut in state history, Because the only way to make life affordable again is to do what banana bread does and bring everyone to the table.
After careful review of medical guidance and research on pain relief, my recommendation is simple. Every home should have Salon Paws. Powerful, yet non-addictive. Targeted and long-lasting. I recommend Salon Paws. It's good medicine.
Trump's just the bro. You know how I be.
A lively crowd gathers in Wisconsin to back the former president. Hear what they took away from Donald Trump's visit. And World Dairy Expo kicks off with a new twist for students, opening doors for future agribusiness leaders. That's next.
Madison residents will have big choices to make in November over the future of our schools.
We're talking about investing into our kids and into each other.
I'm breaking down the Madison school referendum questions, what they could mean for the district, and your tax bill. 3 for the People, tonight at 10.
Well, take a look at this. A lucky pair of historians found a Wisconsin shipwreck that was missing for 130 years. In 1895, the tugboat John Evanson was lost after colliding with a larger steamer in the Sturgeon Bay Canal. And that wreck was widely reported. Search didn't start, Brady.
Until the 1980s, there we go, and with no success. Then in September of this year, maritime historians went out on a 3-day search. Now, 5 minutes after they started scanning, they found the ship.
I think they can help me find my keys.
Maybe. So let's put the call. Armand needs help finding his keys. We'll get back to you on that. We'll be right back.
Nobody wants to think about cold weather, but now's the time to winterproof your home. Is your house cold every winter? Your home needs foam. Are your heating costs too high? Your home needs foam. Do you have different temperatures in different rooms? Your home needs foam. USA Premium Foam is over 35% more efficient than ordinary, weaker insulation. Winterproof now and get 0% financing for 72 months.
USA Insulation.
It's your thing. When you need inspiration, it's worth shopping Pick and Save. For thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals. And low prices that add up to big savings, like over $600 in digital coupons each week, and up to $2 off per gallon at the pump. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
My experience with Empire was amazing.
Real customers share their stories about Empire today.
You can bring people in the house and feel good. I was so pleased with Empire today that I have already recommended it to several of my friends. The price that I got, along with the service, the special attention, the one-on-one, you can't beat that.
800-588-2300 Empire.
Today. The seasons are changing and winter's on the horizon. Let the experts at Feldco get your roofing project off the ground before the snow moves in. Right now, get 30% off roofing plus no interest for 1 year. It's the perfect time to replace your roof with Feldco. You'll make a valuable upgrade to your home with roofing designed specifically for the Midwest's toughest weather. 30% off roofing ends soon. Hurry. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
Career politicians like Peter Barca will say anything to get elected. His latest negative ad against Brian Style, it's been called blatantly false. The truth, Style has always supported IVF. He co-sponsored a resolution supporting IVF. And Style backs legislation to help families afford IVF.